hope the sound is good. Hello. Is the music okay? And the volume of the voice? Let me know if it's too loud or if it's unclear. Hello. How are you doing? I'm super tired today, but I can't wait to start the zombie today. So we are a bit late with the Drawtober. The audio is so good, thank you very much. So we are very late with the Drawtober. We had to do the undead and the ghost, I think, right? Or was it undead, ghost, and then the last one, monster, right? Yes. So yes, we are very, very late. We should be already at the monster almost. But I had so many things to do, which is good. And we are chilling as always. So today, let me check my layers. We have the witch number 1 and the witch number 2. This was the evil one, and the good one doesn't have any lighting compared to the new one. Like, it looks like this is more alive than the other one. And I was in love with her. It was a good story, but then she betrayed us. She made me do a live stream of 3 hours without pressing the button go live. Theoretically, the good. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna say yes to all of it. Let's create a shift N, a new layer, so we can go. And actually, I'm gonna already make it in a group, so new group, and call it, what is it, the undead or zombie. Theoretically, the good one was bad because yes, is the opposite of how they actually look. Never trust appearances. So I was thinking, zombies are green and roses are red, and with green the best combination would be kind of orange as a complementary, but I can go a little bit more reddish, maybe kind of like here. So I want to do to get to the classic kind of zombie looking thingy. Oh, Ariello Speranz, is it going to be a goal? Actually, it could. We could drag back the guy from... where is it? Wait. Oh, right. Vampire. This is the goal we had at the beginning. So we can get this one. But we can do... I'm actually thinking, since this is only having fun... Hello Ariello, by the way. This is gonna be just fun, so I'm gonna do a new, completely different kind of design. I'm gonna go classic zombie, if I can manage to get out of the layers. Okay, vampire. Undead. Actually, just for the sake of it, let me rename it Vampire, which is much better. Oops. Oh yes, indeed. That was supposed to be a vampire. Like the first witch was supposed to be the only witch, but then she betrayed me. I'm gonna use very dull green. This kind of works. And it's gonna just be the outline and silhouette for now, so let's Control F. So let's get rid of the windows. I'm not gonna read the chat for now, just because I don't want to condition my freestyle. And at the moment my head is completely blank and just And I'm describing the process because I got some questions about my process, so I'm freestyling and saying what I have in my head. I'm thinking, actually, now that I did this kind of pose, well, it's not yet a pose, but I can imagine, right, the body here and the legs here. If I move it, he could be chilling on the wall, like cross legs, something, and maybe he's smoking like a cigarette or something, or maybe he's trying to smoke the cigarette, but the arm is kind of fell apart. Nah. Or we could, because then it's kind of weird, like why would you stay in that position? No head? No, I don't want to make it too silly, come on. Let's not. Okay, quick reading of the chat. Already 195 subs. Every time you tune in a stream, it goes higher. Yes, you're growing fast. Thank you so much. I'm not. The good thing about this is that I'm not really pushing. Deserved. Why? No, I'm not really pushing for the numbers. I'm just really enjoying having fun and for once sharing my stuff. Because I lived under a rock for a long time, and now I just want to have fun and do my thing and chill and share stuff with people that enjoys that. So the sub count is really not in my head now, and I'm super grateful for it. It really shows interest. I love it. I'm not hyper fixating on it, you know. If my subs don't grow, I'm like, well, chill. I'm doing my, you know, tomorrow is the zombie day. Oh yes. Maybe he's carrying another body. So let me differentiate the arms. I'm gonna use a lighter tone. So he's kind of this arm is in front, this one is in the back. Maybe there is some kind of carcass. And I'm alt clicking to change color very quickly. G for the paint bucket. This should be in front, so I'm gonna just highlight it just to have an idea in my head of what I'm trying to do. It's kind of it's too straight for, should be more heavy. Maybe it's tilted completely towards, it's like, yeah, I'm not liking it for now, but it's cool, it's cool. You have no idea how much the witch took me. The first one was insane, the time it took. Well, 3 hours. You know that. I mean, if you were there, you know. There were people waiting for 3 hours. Like, there were literally 3 people at all times during the 3 hours where I didn't press play. That was super embarrassing. I feel very like a boomer, even if I'm not generationally. I don't like this. Let's completely erase. I don't feel inspired by that. I'm gonna just make a neutral kind of nothing really. And then I'm gonna try to make it a little bit unique by dressing him in a. And I was thinking like a worker, like a, how do you say that? Like construction worker kind of clothing. So I can use orange, which is pretty cool with green. It was literally just the color combination that made me think about the clothing. Or either the construction, like, because that's kind of just the, right, just the helmet and some, maybe the kind of shirt, not shirt, the little thingy without arms, right? So I'm thinking more like a toxic kind of thing, where it's kind of yellow. So you like the one with the cigarette leaning against the wall? Yeah, it could have been cool. I'm not gonna lie. I was seeing it, but then it kind of breaks too much. It gets a little bit too silly, maybe. But we did the werewolf with the headphones, listening to some. So like, we could go silly mode actually. We could make a couple maybe of zombies, one asking for a cigarette. So this is not making any sense at the moment, but don't worry. Also, I'm using the mouse, so really I'm sorry if you have OCD or something and you're watching this and going insane. I apologize for that. I recommend switching channel if you but let's, okay, I need to visualize a little bit better the thing I was trying to think about. And I like this yellow as a if it was like an anti-nuclear toxic waste kind of suit. That was the word I was looking for. Some bad habits stay with you even in the afterlife. Yes. You could make one drinking and one smoking. The kind of the, actually let's make them like that. Why not? I mean, I'm going for the toxic suit, right? The thingy, like and I imagine this being opened here maybe, but it's kind of too serious as well. Let me think. For now, let's render it. While I'm thinking, I'm gonna just quickly just make some outlines here for the shadows, just to see the 3D version of it, kind of. Maybe he's trying to support himself on the here on the pillar. Long and weird broken fingers. I mean, maybe too much. Sounds like more tentacles than fingers. Hazmat suit. I think, yeah, I'm not sure if that's a term, maybe. Yes, Jesse from Breaking Bad. Yes, that's the one. That kind of suit. Exactly. That's the one I meant. For toxic kind of waste and, you know, like to protect yourself from acid and stuff. Let's get an extra layer of rendering just in case. And I'm trying to push the orange now because I really want the orange to be combined with the green somehow. I love the combination. It's like purple and yellow. And not all like green and red, for instance. It depends, but I never think about that. I rarely use those. I always go for the same kind of darkish kind of thing. Oh, the one with those respirators. Exactly. Yes. So I should put. Maybe he could hold one, like the. Or could be fun. Nah, but it would have been clear. I was thinking like to put the helmet on his hand. So just to make a sketch. This is the little glass, right, where they look from. And oops, it's missing a little gap. Something like this. It could be fun. To make him do like the marionette with another zombie, right? Like they're having fun. but I'm not sure if this is clear, right? It's kind of weird. So I'm not gonna do it like this. Maybe I'm gonna... Because if I put it on his head, it's kind of hard to showcase that he's a zombie in this resolution. It's possible, I could try, but I think it's kind of... I don't know. And also I need to pull some very quick reference. Acid protection suit. Yes, immediately. Yes, with the respirators, so it's kind of a just a hoodie, and the mask is just on top. That could be cool, maybe a little bit chewed off. I was thinking about that, yes, like worn out stuff. Maybe add pores or bubbles in his skins for sure, filled with radioactive pus. That's gonna be hard, but the bubbles and the little kind of malformations, I'm gonna for sure... Actually, let me kind of erode this side of his jacket or of his suit. So let's make an arm out of this. Maybe it's just all broken. It's kind of a weird finger going on there. Also this one I'm not. Should be, honestly. It's kind of weird because the shouldn't be able to do this because the thumb should be on this side. So yeah, this is the wrist. The wrist. My English also is pretty fun. Once I was in England, and a friend of a friend, you know, I just met. He was showing a video, and I just, you know, I was, I think 17, 16. So my English was even worse than what it is now. So imagine that. And the guy showed me a video, and it was like a psychedelic kind of video. It was kind of weird, you know, everything changes, kind of a Beatles, Yellow Submarine kind of thing. And I used the term mental to describe it. Well, not to describe it, to describe him. I said, "Oh, you are mental." Because in Italian, like, well, it doesn't make sense in Italian either. But I was like, "You are so, you know, like brainiac or something." The video was, I don't know, I just said something wrong. He got so offended. It was horrible. I felt so bad. I was like, "What did I say? What?" Also, come on, like, you can see I don't speak very well. Maybe at pores. Oh yeah, that's the one. Yeah. So I'm thinking maybe we should move it a little bit more to the side. This arm is fine here, but this one we could stretch it maybe like this. He could be leaning kind of, or I mean, wait, this is really weird. Hold on, let me figure out. This is such a long... What is this? What am I doing, guys? Yeah, it's now dancing like 50s kind of musical. I put the hand like this. I could flip the... Wait. I could put him next to the werewolf listening to the music. So this one, just gonna improvise some weird shape moving technique called randomness, and seeing if something fits or not. Also, how gore should I go? Because I don't know how many people are sensitive to this, but I kind of want to go like some flesh we need to show, right? Is a zombie. I mean, we can't be all kind of super, you know, PC. But I'm gonna try to keep it in the realm of acceptable. This is acceptable. It's kind of, he has like some ham. I could make this kind of be just kept together by well, this is kind of it's kind of painful to look at if you are a little bit empathetic. Zombie, says Gecko. Could have the shoulder point towards more so he can lean to the wall. Now, sorry, I read just now the comment, but I already detached completely the arm. Trauma movie level of gore, yes. I was actually thinking about you, Ariel Esperanz, because I was recommending a movie that she recommended me in the server where I just go usually, and it was the Plaga Zombie. Do you remember that? The Spanish. It was self-made, right? It was just like self-produced and stuff. It was all kind of gorish. So I'm not entirely sure for now. This is, I could do some. So we also have to figure out how the guy that was before into the suit died. And I'm thinking he got bit. Well, could be the arm, maybe. That's a pretty good kind of Sherlock Holmes kind of investigation. But I was thinking like a bite to the belly. Maybe they kind of, before he transformed, they kind of had a little bit of a breakfast or something. English breakfast with bacon. Maybe I could do some ribs showing. That could be a little bit better than just the belly, because this is like the intestines kind of area, and if we do that, then we also have to do the intestines, which let's not do that. Super gore, low budget, awesome Z movie. Yes, I agree. You shocked me with that movie in a good way. We were at your place, right? I think. Let me check. Some ribs. Okay, let's do some kind of deep. Let's dig in. Oh my god, I feel so bad saying this. I feel like Hannibal Lecter, kind of. Let's dig in. And also let's also kind of hint at the face, because for now he's just like a fun little. I'm thinking. So I'm just checking out some letting my hand go. Not sure if this is gonna bring anything, but for now I'm gonna accept it and move on. It's kind of therapeutic to do like this, you know, like to just. And now I want to add some ribs, so it's kind of cool. Let's add before a little bit of meat. Maybe you could do like a little intestine going out, but nah. Let's see. So you can have some fun stuff with exposed ribs if you go for chest. Yes, absolutely. Nope, it was a Casa de Locos. Oh, no way. Oh, we saw it all together. That was cool. That was a cool apartment. We had a really cool apartment once. We call it the House of the Mad People. That's it. That's the only reason why it was cool, because I had a cool name. Well, ribs, wrong. This is kind of I'm not thinking too much, but they should go right like this. So here's the little neck and the little, and well, this should go here, but well, we could do the bone, kind of exposed bone here. And I'm not liking this pinkish thingy, so I'm gonna go for the yellow tint, more like bone. Cool gore, me likey. All right, let's gore it out. Let's gore. Sorry for that. Let's gore. I like this bone. We could hint a couple of. I kind of see them. Kind of tricky here because we could do gums, like the gums, right? Maybe we should kind of stretch some of the like wrinkles around the mouth, like it's dry, kind of like a desert looking, right? I'm gonna keep it messy over here, just because zombies are not well known to be tidy and clean, and I'm gonna suppose this guy is an average zombie, cleanliness wise. Let's go with maybe it's too desaturated, and this is kind of like a weird kind of grain, but for now, yeah, no, I'm gonna keep it there. Maybe add a second torso or head, because he's radiated. Oh, that's so rad. Oh, by the way, I used your text, the pores text that you sent me, and I asked ChatGPT to make an epic story with pores. It's epic, and it's amazing. I'm gonna just say that. Let me do the back of his throat, kind of hint that there is some kind of hole in there. Maybe too dark. It looks like it's okay. Then later on we're gonna add some dirt and some, like it's been, you know, really strapped, not strapped, like people have been, you know, tearing it out, tearing it apart. That's the word, that's the phrasal verb. My god. I think it's cool, and it doesn't make sense too much that there's a guy with this kind of suit. Also, it's not very clear that he has this suit. This is just the yellow thing, whereas the breathers would be so much more clear. So my proposal is to make not one, but maybe 3 or 4 of them. And maybe there's a guy that looks kind of like him. I could do the Queen cover. Oh. Okay, it's like a Jacob Collier kind of video. So he's right here, maybe he's a tiny, slightly different than the other one. Okay, so it's not too similar. And he has the whole mask still on. he's been a little bit more careful with the mask. Let's bring down the opacity. And let's get a very dark color. We do something like that, right? And by putting them one next to the other, well, this doesn't look like a respirator. Okay, let me first move this to a whole different layer, just for the sake of checking out how that looks. Control V. And then I'm gonna use you just to go, yeah. I'm behind you when I'm walking, yeah. All very spooky. Kind of a early... Okay, no, it's fine. And just for the sake of it, let me choose lock alpha and darker, kind of orange, because he's in the back. It's not that important. He woke up a little bit later. It's like this. I'm not feeling too positive yet about this. I have to see what happens with maybe a couple more. So he's there, lurking in the shadow. This guy's singing his heart out. I mean, simple ink. Let's make his head just... Oh. Like, he's literally just singing. La. Put a little stand somewhere or a microphone. He's asking for a microphone. That's why he's doing this. Let me check. So radioactive. Horror Story Chapter 1. Oh yes, hell yes. September gonna be lit. He looks like he's in pajama. He is indeed. He just woke up. Could have a little hazmat badge on the chest. Hazmat badge. Let me check that. I'm sorry about my ignorance. Is the zombies should scramble over each other for sure. We can do that. I see a yellow silhouette of a man. Yeah, exactly. The queen. Okay, so let me check for your suggestion, Battery Byte Studios, the hazmat badge. And by the way, what do you do? What's your studio about? Assume, right? I assume you have a studio. What do you do? What was that? Oh, for sure. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I know what it is. I just don't know how that is called. Yeah, we can do one. We can definitely use that to kind of really... I want to also kind of a belt, kind of a... You know, like the tech kind of thingy, where there's just this stripe going around, and goes like that. This also work. Maybe later on I'll change the color. Doesn't really work because they don't have it really. They have it's just like an elastic, right? It's just kind of tight to your thing, right? To your pelvis. So we can do that by just keeping these areas a little bit more in. Well, he's a well-fed zombie still, right? Kind of digging vibe. Kind of. Fumiko just sent me. This is epic. Actually, I mean, I'm gonna zoom out here. Let me show you what Fumiko did. This made me laugh. This is Aseprite, and let's get the downloads. So yeah, I'm quite late, I was saying at the beginning, with Drawtober. But it's all fine. I overpromised, I think, in September when I was doing the swords, that I would do also the daily animations, but luckily I had some work, so I couldn't really spend that much time. I'm just, you know, when you're doing zapping with your mouse, just moving between. Where is my download? Oh God! If you're looking for a, there you go. This is Fumiko's. Exactly. You got the exact vibe. The guy is singing his heart out. Honestly, the name is mostly just for show, but I currently just try to make games and I create some simulations. Oh, that's pretty epic. Nice. Nice one. Butter is also working on lead head. Oh, yes. Oh, that's epic. I know it looks like a masterpiece. That's actually pretty cool. I think the name has an incredible ring to it. Yeah, definitely. I wish I had a little bit more time to be a bit more active in there. But yeah, life is pretty crazy. Now we just got our cat Morgana to recover from the operation. So she was kind of high yesterday. She was all like walking and like this, was crazy. But she's fine now. She's very, very well. She was already jumping after, well, she shouldn't jump, but that's the point. Like she was just, yeah, I don't care about the stitches. And we tried to hold her, but no way, that's impossible. It's a cat. So yeah, it's pretty hectic this week. I don't like this forearm, is way too short for what I did with this, and I'm gonna shorten because this one was too long. Nah, it was fine. I'm not happy in general with this part. I think it shouldn't be doing something like that. I mean, the hand was already kind of weird. I'm gonna move this guy because I think it makes sense. But for now, I'm gonna just hide it a little bit more. So just double click and lower the opacity of the layer, which is actually cool. It looks already like it works. Looks like a masterpiece. I meant my picture. Lead Has is also a masterpiece. Oh yeah, this is definitely a masterpiece. I couldn't agree more. You need to make a girl zombie as well. Oh yeah, that's right. Equality. Yeah, it's true. Some representation in the zombie. Let's make her I'm not sure if this is a he or she. It could be a they. So we could add some, well, this is a hard, how do I render it out in a way that it's, I mean, we could do some nice, like, hair, long hair somewhere. Let me check. Let's move this guy a little bit because he's stealing the show. This leg looks really deformed, but it's kind of not rendered yet to look in perspective and kind of sucks. to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie to you. Also, I was never the person to go to for anatomy and anatomy tips. I just go with the flow, which is not what I recommend. But I've been doing it for a long time and I sometimes get away with it. Other times I don't. So this is fine because I'm having fun. Let's move it. So the legs are kind of weird altogether. I'm gonna G paint bucket this one here, and this looks like it's flat out. I'm gonna put it back, kind of moving towards. This one is gonna look a little bit more towards the center. So it's kind of a, they say like walking with a limping, right? I think. Could do some strapped out, like ruined tissue here. Kind of. Let's get some contrast to kind of drive the eye to see that, so to render it. Is the music okay? Is the volume okay? I sometimes in my headphones I hear the music going louder or just disappearing for some reason. Not disappearing, but very low. So just let me know if the audio is weird. I'm gonna... Actually, let me put the whole thing in shadow here. Okay. Yes. Still not liking the length. Maybe this part should actually move a little bit more here, and this you can control, drag to duplicate. Kind of working. I'm gonna use the shadow to limit and to differentiate where the actual folds are. And could be something like that. I think the highlight could be a little bit too much, so I'm gonna actually alt-click this color and then Shift-R to replace every color that has that same code. And I'm gonna go for something way lighter, like way... Let me get some yellow somewhere. There you go. And then I'm gonna go to the saturation and get it way down, a bit more orangey. I didn't want it too bright, so actually I'm gonna... It feels kind of off with the light. I wasn't sure really why. Oh yeah, this is too much. Replace. Let me actually get this code, copy it, and then paste it over here. So I start from that color, and then I can get maybe a little bit more saturation and go towards the oranges. Meh. You know what? Let's keep it like this. Let's do a super harsh highlight, as if there was like a very strong light from here. I could actually make it a little bit more... We could use this to highlight a little bit the logo that we want to put here. And by the way, what kind of simulations do you do? Oh, the music is good. Thank you very much. That's good to know. And yeah, battery bite. What kind of simulations do you like to do? Like in video game kind of simulation games, or like algorithms, and you just run simulations and see what happens. They are both pretty awesome. stuff that I get stuck watching on YouTube for long hours. Let's make them already a little bit more creepy, because it's been a while and we are not pushing too fast. And I don't want to think about time, but at the same time, I really want to move on to also others. And I also have good news, because most people work during the week, right? While my work, well, I do this, but then I was working also on weekends, so Fridays, Saturday, and Sundays. But today, everything changed, because I'm needed Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, so my weekends are gonna be a hell of a lot better for streaming and doing this kind of stuff, and pretty happy about that. Pretty happy. I think I'm just doing weird spots here, but not going anywhere, so I'm gonna double down on the rendering and get a little bit more shading, because it was just too much of a jump and it wasn't clear what the hell was happening there. I'm gonna use this color, lower the opacity. I want the eyes closed. One eye, maybe one eye is open. Could make a huge eye. Actually, let's make it. We do something like this, where maybe I'd like to have, yeah, some, you know, like the crazy look, so the dot doesn't touch any edges. Butterbite. I'm currently working on some fluid simulations, and also started. That's pretty cool. Oh my god, hold on. I'm gonna stop the. Yes, the ads. I'm so sorry. Fluid simulations, and started on training some AI agents for random things. Oh, that's pretty cool. Also worked a lot on procedural generation, which was pretty fun. That's such an epic place to go. Procedural stuff in general is so good. Sorry guys, you got a jump scare from the ads. I apologize for that. I also did. I do not have an ad blocker. I do not, because I'm having some issues with them while I'm streaming. So the moment I go live, it kind of gets weird for some reason, and I don't have time or patience to figure out what's that. So I'm just turning it off for now. But yeah, no, it's pretty cool, the simulation stuff, and that's kind of an area that I really wanted to explore. I did some years at university for game development. Wasn't great, gotta be honest, but one teacher was incredible. He was so into everything, and he used to code for airports. And one thing he did, and this is pretty cool, he installed in the security camera kind of systems of the airport an AI that would basically zoom in immediately on any kind of body language that would look like you are detonating a bomb or taking something out of your, backpack in a weird way, and the cameras would just, immediately figure out where he was and zoom in on the guy and kind of give a soft alarm just for humans to check it out. That was insane. You can do some pretty insane stuff. I know, right? Procedural things have always... Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think is the precise idea of nature. Make one eye hang out of the sockets. Why not? I mean, I think I can't, because we already have an arm, kind of going, you know, just being torn apart. And I think if we have too much stuff hanging, that would look kind of too much, you know, there's no focus. Even though, I mean, this arm, to be honest, in my opinion, doesn't really give much to the whole thing. I could open a little bit the fingers, maybe to make it a little bit more creepy. Maybe, you know, he's really kind of hurt or something. Like the hand crushed somewhere. There's a finger. I mean, it's kind of cool. We add some lights to kind of also define the hand. Kind of pretend the details are there. Kind of figure out where the light goes. Oh, that's awesome. Good teachers make things so much more interesting, especially if they do something like that. Absolutely. And then procedural. Yeah, no, I think something that blew my mind when I was like in my studying years is that every now and then there would be some kind of thing that I didn't like to study, or you know, it wasn't sparking my interest. And then a new teacher came along, and suddenly is the one class I would never want to miss. And it would happen for random stuff, you know. It's not always like biology or something like math, right? I didn't like math for a while. I'm terrible at math, don't get me wrong, but the teacher was so good at just involving and telling a story about this that everybody was just learning suddenly. So my idea is that literally anyone can learn anything if the conditions are right. And conditions could be, you know, where you are born, if you're lucky or not, if you have the support, or if you manage to figure out how to support yourself, whatever it is, right? If the environment is right. And also we are forgetting the ribs, which we were talking about before, but we never ended up doing. So let me fix that. And also the badge. Okay, there's some stuff hanging. So I think really anyone can learn anything. It's just about how, you know, how your brain interacted with that new information, or, you know, if it's just alone there, like in the brain, it's like this nebula, right? And you have just something lighting up over there, far from everything else. Then you're not gonna, you know, hardwire it in your brain. But then if you know, if it's kind of getting different, you know, some friendship vibes, some jokes about whatever it is, and then telling a story that sounds more like a tale than anything else, and then, you know, and they go back on, and this is real, this actually happened, you know, and you're like, whoa, this is not Lord of the Rings, but pretty close. So yeah, I think they, you know, when they're able to tickle your brain and make it connect with other areas that you are personally active with, and then there's some kind of click somewhere, and I love when that happens. It's pretty epic. I think this is the way to go. We can make him hold something. I'm thinking right now it looks like he has like a gun, but what else could it be? It could be the microphone, actually. Let's work the idea. if you agree with it. I was about to say this, and then you did it, and it's awesome. So I could make like a microphone here. I think it would fit really nicely. It's kind of a silly... What do you think? And also, what's your favorite food and drink? So, tricky. I was thinking about this lately, just randomly, but I was thinking about this, and I think I don't believe anymore in my favorite thing, because I figure out like, if I only had that, right, forever, for the rest of my life. Also, wait, I was actually drawing in the wrong layer. Yeah, the mic was being done in the wrong layer, that's why. Completely lost it. What's your favorite? So if I only had that, right, for the rest of my life, like, what's your favorite movie? You can only watch that forever. Like, there will be a point where I can't anymore, you know, where I'm gonna hate the very thing I loved. So like, for instance, you know, there was a song by Janis Joplin that was literally my favorite, like, it was my soundtrack for some years. And then the Vigorsoul, the chewing gum company, they made a spot where they used this song. So it was all over the place with, there were some laundromats going, I remember, something like that. Ruined, completely ruined. It was my favorite song. So food, I would generally, like, before this kind of sorry about the long weird, but before I would have answered maybe with beans, like anything with beans, like pasta with beans, or yeah, pasta with beans, something like that, or some kind of soup, maybe. She's super boring, but super boring. But yeah. Also meat. Love meat. Drink wine for sure. Good wine. Good wine is my absolute favorite. Not too much, just every now and then. And not too expensive because I'm not rich. But I love good wine. Is incredible. When it's good, you feel really cuddled. Doesn't happen with good beer to me. I'm not a super like a whiskey rum kind of guy. I don't. But yeah, I'm liking the microphone. This is very silly, but we like it. Let me help the outline so it's not lost forever. Let me lock the alpha. I'm gonna do some very quick low opacity strokes over here, just to play with the idea of a cable, some noise, and let's make the rib cage. So yes, it's kind of hard, especially with what's your favorite movie. I get stuck, or I cannot answer. I'm not sure I have a favorite movie. I have movies that I really loved, right? Or maybe one that I would watch over and over and over again. I have to think about it. I don't know if I will ever start drinking alcohol. Just heard way too many stories of people dying because of that. Oh, for sure, absolutely. Abuse is a big issue. Like doing something stupid, absolutely. In fact, I completely agree with you. I just think, yeah, you just need to be responsible, you know? Like, if anybody drinks like 2 gallons of water, or, you know, like huge amount of water every day, then it's gonna be sick because you just overdid it. Alcohol is not natural, like it's not really, you know, I don't believe in the, oh, it's good for you, that's it. But it's something that yeah, kind of grew slowly in me. I never really went, you know, never got drunk with wine or stuff like that. But I totally feel what you are saying. I also heard some pretty awful stories. So I don't blame you. Absolutely, makes sense. And also, by, you know, I wasn't recommending anyone to to drink wine. I was just saying I like it, but I rarely drink it, to be honest. Like, my first answer would have been water. That's what I thought, but then I was like, I already said soup with the food, so I can't be that boring also with with the drink. I'm not sure I like this eye here, so I'm gonna just take a little bit of a... I'm gonna make it hurt. Maybe. Maybe lost. For sure. I can do the hanging one like you said, but yeah, it's just too many, you see? Too many details, like it's moving from here to here and then to the microphone. I think already this eye is just not... it's not really working. I think since he's singing, he, she, not sure, we can make closed eyes, like really feeling the session. Oh yeah, you know, like, oh yeah. Ooh, feeling it. At this point, I think I would keep also the other eye, but maybe there is some kind of damage somewhere. It's fine. I can keep the damage. Karaoke zombie gang. To be fair, water is real good, right? Wait, let me see how much I lost about that. If you drink, I don't know, doing something stupid. Yes, barely see your face again. Oh, wait. Oh yeah, the light. What about now? Yeah, here is 7 p.m. So it's been just 1 hour. Okay, that's pretty chill. I thought it was a little bit later. But we got to this point pretty... not too displeased, even though this yellow is kind of looking pretty weird at the moment. But this is fine. Let's not panic. Let's trust the system. Not the system, the process. The system. No, don't trust the system. I mean, just a little bit somewhere. Just don't give for granted that everything is perfect. But yeah, don't completely mistrust it either. What am I saying? I'm gonna just stick to drawing, and I'm for some reason I'm not deleting anything. Oh, why? Oh, wait, opacity super low for sure. I'm thinking this shoulder could be simple ink, a little bit more like feeling it. Looks like he's screaming for the... oops, for the arm that is broken. And also, I'm not sure I'm liking what the expression looks like. It's just too much of a wrinkly, it's like nightmare thingy. Let's call it Freddy Krueger. Just came to mind the episode with of Rick and Morty with Freddy Krueger. I don't know if anybody saw that. That's epic stuff with the family. To be honest, it wasn't a great episode among the others, but pretty cool. So this is I think it's too much, right? I think it should. I think they should. I was thinking they broke the connecting part here, you know. So I was thinking like this part, but kind of got off. But you're also kind of making a good point. I mean, I kind of extracted the point from what you said, because I think it's pretty cool if we at least hint at it, and then kind of these two should be actually connecting before, and we could extend a little bit this one. We could keep the logo here, something like that, even though not sure if it would work perfectly. We could make it a little bit bent or kind of folded, because the guy is kind of moving the arm here. And it could be this orange I don't like, so let me get that a little bit. Copy this, Control C, Control V, and then let's get. Yeah, I think it gives more the idea of something dirty, but then I think the cool part will be when the colors are kind of there and defined, and then we can go crazy with making it dirty. Should be ribs. I can imagine in 1-2 years, which are very popular, and the chat will be constantly moving. Thank you for that. I hope so, but also I kind of don't like the idea of losing too much contact with the people that join me, because that's a pretty cool thing by your side, you know. I feel very grateful to have some company. It's pretty cool. I don't give it for granted, you know, like YouTube is kind of the slowest social media to move on, but to me is one of the realest. It's also messed up sometimes, but I like the variety. Maybe the sternum broke off. I love Rick and Morty. Yes, that episode was pretty fun. Yeah. I loved when they showed the family, Freddy, the family, like the with wife, you know, cleaning. She was like, "Oh, come on." Gonna be honest, doesn't look like a ribcage. Oh yeah, no, for sure, absolutely. Sorry about that. It's really, really messed up here. I think I am too focused on also answering a little bit. I mean, not that. I'm a little bit distracted. Okay, I think. But it definitely didn't look like a rib cage. I agree 100%. I was kind of digging the idea of, because this is kind of really exposed, so either I take off a good chunk, I could take some of his skin and maybe just a little part with the badge stood here. I just got, you know, just kept being, just trying out some stuff, because I need at least a couple of of this rib cage, a couple of bones to kind of sell the idea, otherwise it's gonna look very weird. You're definitely right. Also some shading, because here they connect. It's not like a big white. It should be also kind of here, something like that. Yeah, still looks pretty weird. The resolution is not great, and I think my head is just not yet in the mood. Not in the mood, in the zone. I'm definitely in the mood. I love Zombie Day. Yeah, maybe the cartilage has fallen out, or most of the stuff in the center rib cage is cartilage. To be honest, it doesn't look like a rib. Yes, at least the rib cartilage, not the sternum. Favorite Rick and Morty episode. Like a white skeleton spider scrolling beneath his little suit. Favorite Rick and Morty episode. Tricky. Very tricky. So I honestly, I really love episodes where at the end, you know, between all the stupid stuff they do and insults or whatever they do, and it's all funny, and then it becomes super dramatic, and like you see some kind of a very deep, well, what you were saying before with alcoholism, right? That is a big issue. Yeah, kind of watching Rick, it's pretty painful sometimes. So I could do, I'm thinking, so I don't remember which episodes were those precisely. I just remember that there were a couple where I was like, oh, I didn't expect that. Oh my god. But it's like BoJack Horseman. You know, like comedy and like dark humor. But then some kind of harsh truth, or you know, like reality check or condition, you know, where you just see how badly it is for somebody. I love that. Call me sick, but I love feeling disrupted by comedy with a really cool. I can't remember right now a specific one. What about you? Do you have one? The one where where the planet where he has a toilet, right? And he set up the perfect planet, and there's like it's beautiful, and he can sit there and chill and have his number 2, and then a guy just, you know, takes the place. That was really nice. The way at the end he realizes that was actually the only guy who was just like a friend for him. That was really nice and so silly, you know, like the silliness combination, silliness and drama, that killed me completely. So like hilarious. Anybody watch how's that called? Final Space, I think it's called. Also, I need me some water. The Sleepwalker episode, very much. Oh, that was crazy, where they do everything by night, right? Where they. Oh, there was one with the blue guys, that you know, you ask for something and they do it and then they disappear, and oh, that was so funny. And they try to teach Jerry how to golf, but he can't swing, so they kind of becomes a riot. That was super funny. But yeah, they were like, it's such a funny show. I had so much fun with that. I'm thinking about moving on. I'm not, to be honest, I'm not happy with this guy. Like, it just looks weird, you know? I'm not happy about the, I think I'm gonna take out the suit, because I think it was just like a random thought just for color. I don't really need. I'm gonna make it way skinnier. He's just... What do you think, guys? Because I am not happy with this. Like, it could be cool, but I just don't feel it, you know? Like, it's just not the way I felt the witch and the werewolf. I feel like this part in the center could work, just too much, you know? And the suit could work, but why are they in here with that suit? Like, what? Get Shrifty. Yes. Hi, Mr. V6. Yes, that was the one. Yes. So it's so much fun. My God, that was epic. I should be also careful with this water. I have my computer pretty nearby, and I could do random movements to ruin everything. Why not? They now expect anything from me, even the worst. So let me take out all of this. And here we're skinnier, and then there is the muscle back. Oh. Yeah. I think this already works better, you know, I think. It feels like more of a, first of all, more of a singer, but then this thing, no, let's move this whole thing to a whole different level. Actually, what am I doing? Let's do W, shift click, all of this, and then Control U to change a little bit the, I get very low saturation, so I want the t-shirt of this guy to be kind of a light color. Well, we could go back to orange to kind of satisfy that wish I had at the beginning. If I could find it, there we go. I think so. So that's gonna be just the shirt, and then I'm gonna subtract from selection with the marquee tool. Oops, just click. And I want to move this whole thing also, and Control U, and then change it to just some basic jeans would be okay. Low value, low saturation. Maybe Control D to deselect. Let's make a little bit more sense out of this. Just didn't feel right, and I was kind of stuck. Also worrying, you know, like that this is alive, and oh my god, I'm taking so long, which is wrong. So anytime you see me stressed, guys, just remind me, yo, chill. I really wanted to take the time. Now it's 7:20 p.m. It's still pretty early. I'm gonna take just a very quick break in a few moments. So let's get rid of this This looks like he has Dolce Vita. So let's fix it. And an earring somewhere. And some kind of papalina. Sorry, I'm using Italian terms. Personally didn't expect the episode where they nearly died and just broke down in the car. They spent a spot to relax. Rushing there separated the good and bad parts of them. Oh yes, right. They were cleansed from the bad part of them. I remember that. That was a pretty sick episode, yeah. True. How Morty is such a cool guy without his bad side. The vat of acid, iconic. Michael Jackson zombie. Yes, with his summon. True. We can do the whole. We can do the choreography. That was insanely iconic. I still remember when the video. Like my sister was watching that video on the. It was like MTV. When MTV was still a good place to gather music, news, and stuff like that. I don't know if you were around when MTV like was still good. And yeah, it just got imprinted into my memory. The zombie video clip. Yeah, the thriller video clip. Completely printed, like I couldn't forget. Oh, now we can do a bigger nostril. We could also move a little bit the... Oh wait, I'm deselecting now, so let me move this. I'm gonna move it a little bit down, and we can do... Yeah, it's a little bit more of a valid nostril, why not? And we could use like a really... So for now we could, first of all, close his hand. And let's do something like this. Maybe take out this and this. Still feels weird, like it this was a little bit better, but I'm gonna shade it a little bit more afterwards. But for now, I'm just looking for the basic idea of a hand. See how that could feel like. Now it looks like a tech guy, like a Silicon Valley guy with a shirt. And did you guys actually, I don't remember if I missed it in the chat, but did anybody of you watch Final Space? So good. I think it should be on Netflix. Really didn't expect it, and I loved it. I was like, wait, this is cool. Oh, hello. The cat is here. Chilling. So I'm gonna... I don't know if you can hear her scratching the nails. Yesterday she was all high. She's completely high from the anesthesia. I liked it more before, when it was not completely teared apart, but there is maybe some kind of... Yeah, here we can do ruined. Could make sense. And just got an email from freelance job, so Doesn't look like I'm gonna get any freer. But I'm pretty happy that I'm gonna have weekends to do this. It's very good news for me. I would rather, you know, be there in a chill time, even though during the week also is kind of okay. But Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, worst days ever to be doing this kind of stuff. So I'm happy I'm gonna work, do other thingies. I think this is much better than before. Before it was like weird. I don't know if you also agree, but it's kind of looking like there was nothing to it. It just looked generic. Now it's still generic, but at least has some interest to it. I don't know. This is maybe a little bit too similar to the skin. So I'm gonna shift select with the W, which is the wand tool, and control hue. Let's move it to a different thing. I think this is okay. Maybe we'll when I'm bored. Oh wait, I lost more. Oh yeah, what is that about? Yeah, I think if I remember, yeah, I think the little this little creature, like an alien little animal that is basically apparently is the strongest weapon and most powerful being of the universe, but it's such a cutie little thing. It's like a, you know, little Lilo and Stitch kind of cute, and I think he gets protected at a time of need by this blonde character, the main guy. I watched it some time ago, so I'm not sure if I remember it completely, but yeah, it's their adventures into the universe, and it gets, as you progress with the story, it gets more and more original and using really cool concepts and ideas, and I don't know, just also the direction of it, like the way they set up some of the scenes. It's pretty, like, it's very cinematographic. Can you say that? I hope you can say that. I'm gonna just say it. It's very, very cinematic. That's the best word. So yeah, definitely recommend it if you never watched it. And Butterbite saying you watched part of it and it was real fun, never finished it. Yeah, I understand. I also have so many series that I started. The zombie looks kind of weird without hair, and the cat is on the table. That's the English class for today. What's that? She shouldn't jump. She just did. She's incredibly hardcore. She's like Bruce Willis. She got out of the vet and she was like already walking like a king. And sometimes she would just fall limping. But then she was like, yeah, you know what? I'm chill. I'm okay. All right. The zombie looks kind of weird without hair. I could put some kind of a like Elvis Presley, or no, wait, Johnny Bravo. Who here knows about Johnny Bravo? If you know about Johnny Bravo, then congrats. Very good. You had a very good childhood. In my opinion, bald people look way better with a beard. Oh, that's true. I also agree. Johnny Bravo is sick. Yes. Johnny Bravo was such a long time ago. I think it was something like that, right? With a kind of a lipstick looking cat or something. I mean, with this kind of... Well, we should turn this bit to be like a dark t-shirt, I think. Control hue. Wait. Hello. Subtract. Yes, subtract it. Subtract this one and then this one. Control U. Oh, thank you. Sometimes saturation down and value down. And now we are making Johnny Bravo. We could get... we could make him... I should have split all these layers and stuff, but you know what? It's fine. This is definitely not where I was, where I thought the stream would go to. But you know what? I mean, I think he should have the hair in that direction there. Oops. I'm gonna probably take it out. It's just so silly. It looks like an exaggeration of what was it? I think it was Tekken, right? There was this fighter called Paul, and he was like, he had like a military guy with the hair cut like this. It's kind of cool. Cool vibe with this haircut. It's like, hey yo. Just singing. You can make him some bass and maybe like some ears, but not goblin ears, please. Let's make just normal. Kind of a... I think it could work. It's weird outlines. Yeah, today we're moving a little bit slower today, but that's okay. I say we. Oh, we could do the band actually. Yes, I just quickly read. Let me check. She shouldn't jump, cat jumps, absolutely. Johnny Bravo is sick. I love the episode where I turn into a woman as a punishment. Oh, and Butterby Studios goes, oh, ha! with the, what was it, the comb? And the gel. That was so funny. Too bad I didn't get the chance to truly watch it. I barely know the show. Could add like a boombox zombie to the back. Absolutely, like a guy with a... We could make a Spike Lee kind of a... Always have the boombox. I don't know why I always associate it with Spike Lee. Not the comic artist, the director. Was it Spike Lee? Yeah, Spike Lee. Too bad. Could add like a boombox, zombie with electric guitar. Street Fighter is kind of a game. Oh, Street Fighter, I think. Yeah. Just because it appears a collab in other games. What do you mean? Guil? I'm not sure I understand what you mean. What's guile? Guille? Guille? Let's kind of render this bit here to see if that maybe goes a little bit better. I think it's improving bit by bit. We could add even stronger shadows, even though I think I already have this brown kind of helping me out, but yeah, it could work actually. A bit too similar to the t-shirt, but I think it actually blends in very nicely. It still creates a little bit of I already used it, so that's silly me. The rib cage I need to fix. I'm not happy with that. I think probably, I mean, it's not too bad. It's just looking a bit off, a little bit off. Let me control hue the hell out of this. Value lower, maybe saturation higher, a bit more yellow pushing out, and darkening here could work. And I'm gonna go okay, but then do not deselect. I'm gonna go dark red, low opacity. I'm gonna just go here around the edges. A bit more opacity, thank you. So now I'm drawing only inside the selection. Sure. I think kind of, let me see. Looks like improved. And Control D. Just a tiny bit. It's still confusing over here, I think. I think it's a little bit too dark also. We could make it a little bit more intense. The shock between one thing and the other. I mean, not the shock, the contrast between the bones and then the organs. Create. And again, apologies for my anatomical disgraces I'm doing, or whatever it is. I'm just gonna go noise, and people will see whatever they want to see in it. And Ober coming in. Hey, what's up? How are you? Hope you're having a good day. I'm struggling a little bit with this zombie here. He looks like he had a good time before he... I mean, probably he was with his band. And I'm not sure this guy anymore what he's doing. He's like the Among Us guy. So I'm gonna probably get rid of this guy directly for now, because we changed our mind. We could go all in with the band idea. So my idea could be to get Ctrl T to the transforms, and while I press Shift, I can scale it out just a little bit. Well, that was a little bit too much, I think, actually. And I don't mind about losing too much of what I already did, because it's still kind of in the sketching bit. And I'm thinking here how to, if you see the microphone line is pretty clear over here. If I move it there, it kind of disappears. So I'm actually thinking about keeping it here and just moving the contrast a little bit more towards the mic. So I'm gonna Control deselect, B, lock the alpha, and I'm gonna get with a very low value, low opacity, and just get it where I couldn't see it. Then I'm gonna fill the gaps. It's kind of dirty. I wouldn't call this pixel art, to be honest, but it works. Let me simple ink, super tiny, and get rid of something over there. I think we're almost there with at least the basic positioning of this guy, because the rendering is still quite far off, I think. And yo, I'm going to listen to your deep, silky voice while I work an hour or two now with your 80s synthwave in the background. My god, the vibe right now. Hell yes. That's epic to hear. So happy you're vibing. I am vibing too, indeed. I was looking forward to this day. Let's just ignore the obvious lack of English knowledge. I think I like the skinny jeans kind of look. It's kind of a punk vibe. He was like a member of a punk band, probably. Could be Sex Pistols kind of thing. And let's get a little bit of light over there, just to see like some bounce light. Could be nice. Now I'm looking for just some rendering on the jeans, because I am liking them, but I am not yet. So I'm thinking we are pretty close. So I'm gonna fiddle around with some lines, trying to get a little bit of at least the shape and the lines. I think we could have something here. Let's maybe, if it's there, it shouldn't be here. We could do a broken, like a knee that is just popping out to say hello. I'm a knee. How you doing? I think this is okay. This was it. We'll get the highlight. Yeah, just a little spot for now. And the feet. So this one is going to be a little bit lit, right? Especially the top. But side, I want it to be kind of clear. That is not. It's not like the other fit, which is foot, which is kind of bent, right? So the big thumb is kind of bent towards us over here. This will be the nail. We can do other little details here. Like it wouldn't be that light, so we can lower it down. I just got the color from the lower value and lower opacity, and I'm happy with it. I'm gonna take out some of the rectangularity that it has. How many of you said the rectangularity of this doesn't feel right? And be honest, I know you said it somewhere, someone. Like don't you go rectangular on me. A zombie with upside down head. What do you mean? Did anyone here watch Sweet Home? No. What is that? Is that like is a movie or a series? Oh wait. Okay, no, I thought you said, did you watch the movie, blah blah blah, and I was like, wait, the movie or the series? Maybe he needs a belt of sorts, some sort. I'm gonna go with leather, even though maybe not, I'm gonna go semi-purple, why not? Didn't like that it was too similar to the shirt. I'm gonna just do a gross line over there and then top it off with some of these things on the side, maybe yeah, okay, that went well. Sometimes I'm afraid because I cannot see it looking good until I finished the last stroke, so I kind of have to trust the process, because sometimes it just looks good for so long that you could lose some of your motivation. So that's why I would highly recommend not drawing for the result, but only for the process, because then it's so much easier to kind of be like, oh, you know what, let's start over, I don't like this, that's fine, let's keep doing this. Because it's not the outcome of that thing that goes out, you're gonna keep drawing, so you're still doing what you like, right? So that's pretty neat trick to fool your mind. You fool! And I think, so I just got some other messages, but now I will have to keep streaming, and later on it's a social time. But actually, let me, that just reminded me that I need to take a very tiny break just for stretching my legs. Like this guy, it looks like he's missing the eye sockets, right? Even though, yeah, it looks like it's just gone. Where are your sockets? I think it looks weird still. So maybe I'm thinking yeah, just moving pixels around to see if there's something that inspires me. I could do the lower, how do you call it? This part, lower eyelid, right? And Evo Warrior, what's this zombie's backstory? I think he was protesting like a new law with his band. They kind of reunited, they got together like the Beatles did, and they just put, you know, like a little concert together on top of a roof in a public space, and they just started singing and this super hardcore punk music, and they thought it was such a cool thing, you know, and that everybody would go like, hey, you know, like the Beatles did, and everybody would freak out. But no, because there was a zombie apocalypse on the way, but they were on the roof, so they had no idea. They were just singing the whole time, and yeah, at the end they kind of, you know, how do you call that? The crowd diving, when singers, they throw themselves on the crowd, but it was a crowd of zombies, so it didn't really go as planned. I think it was not what they thought it would happen. Poor little punks. It sounded so bad. Poor little punks. Let me see. Oh, he's French. For sure, because he's protesting. Yes, he's French. Crowd surfing, that's the word. Off topic, but do you maybe want to play Gartic phone with some people sometime, like Butter, Nistic, and me, for example? What's that? What's that? how's that called? A Gartic phone. Not sure. Not sure. I never heard about that. But I generally don't know because I am barely able to keep sometimes for also hanging out with friends here in the city that I don't see that often. So it's so hard to keep social life active. I've been so inactive at times that I risked losing so many people, but then I thought I was losing everybody, and then everybody would be like, oh yeah, you traitor, oh, you disappeared. And then everybody was cool. So I was like, oh, I should trust people a little bit more. People stick for you if you're honest. Has that ever happened in real life though? The crowd surfing could be the zombie crowd surfing for sure. Oh, his hand got a little bit freaked up by the scaling down and up. Well, it wasn't really epic hand before, but at least he had some sense. And we could do like a little. Wait. I'm gonna actually stop away a little bit from the chat. Just gonna read the last part. Crowd surfing has ever been. Yes. Imagine just diving onto people only to get your arm ripped off. Yes, I think that would be so cool. People with a prompt, someone else gets it and draws it, then somebody sees the drawing and describes it. Oh, I see. Anyways, drawing game. Yeah, very fun game. Yeah, it's like what's that other? I remember there was a game that I loved. Pictionary, I think it was called. It was super nice. And then I think this one is this sounds fun though, super fun. And you have like a timer, I guess, for each prompt, right? Oh, I think Nistic once invited me to a jam. Now I'm kind of freestyling another punk zombie that is trying to rock as hard as she can. This time I'm gonna try to make wait. This should be be like this. Hold on, my brain is going places. It's kind of a weird exercise to describe what your brain is going through. Oops. I've been trying to do it since I started these kind of live streams for fun. And it's pretty tricky. It's like I'm realizing how many times my brain just goes automatic mode and I have no idea what it's doing. I'm just like letting go. Like, okay, do your thing, like whatever you want to do, just go. Just do it. Just gonna chill on the side and watch you do the stuff. I'm trying to figure out, so there should be kind of a guitar over here. That's where my head is going, like an electric guitar. The head is kind of a weird, I think it should be more like this. But the whole thing, so first of all, let me cut it, Shift N it, and Control V it. And I'm gonna move to the side just a bit, and she's like, you know, like one. I have to put maybe no, yeah, it's okay like this. So if I do the hand here, I was trying to figure out, she's like, you know, with the fingers. This could be fun. instead of this arm. Yeah, I think it's better than the other. Reminds me of the monster farm. I made one rocker that was kind of in this pose. And it's not a she yet. And I think I'm gonna put some... Well, it's kind of not that obvious as well, because there's gonna be hair dancing around, but long hair is also pretty typical for hard rock, kind of... let's go with this. Maybe not this. Wow, I really went dark with it. Let me get a bluish and then kind of a low opacity. Okay, that's too much. Lower opacity. Okay, Control D, deselect. I think if I do this and this, apologies for that. I forget I have a mic right next to my face. I think she could be fine. Yep, time limit for the game, nice. Maybe make the female zombie a cheerleader if you make one. I was thinking, I just read it a little bit too late, because now I'm already giving her the lead guitar player role in this band. She looks capable, and like Michael Jackson's electric guitar, I always forget her name. Pretty. How do you say that when you are shredding, like a shredder? I'm not into shredding. I'm more like a Eric Clapton kind of guy. More intense, more like yeah, like this, and then a darker, like this, and then maybe also here around some of the little maybe that. I'm gonna make some noises to tell my brain what it's doing, otherwise it's gonna just randomly go. I don't like this. She looks like a weird she looks very weird. Let me do something to at least figure out how she's made. This is closed, this is closed, it's fine, this is fine. Wow, this was not closed. Over here, give me that. Okay, I'm thinking she should have the arm a little bit more tilted, like this. It's fine that she's kind of, doing this. And I'm also getting super, like so much heat, because the temperature was kind of cold before, but now. Let's make her a little bit more like, yeah, like kind of cartoonish. It really doesn't look right yet, so there's some work to do here for sure. We're gonna give the time to my brain, my little brain, to do its thing, which I have no idea what it is. Let's get a darker thingy, because I don't want her face to look like it's all over the place. Kind of limit Okay, she has a huge arm. Let's make her a little bit more feminine. Even though she's a zombie, so she shouldn't really have smooth lines or whatever. Let's make her anatomy look at least somehow. Okay. I think his finger looks really weird. This is getting out of hand. The Drawtober started like it needed to be spooky, and then it just went sideways. Maybe she's this, and let me get some of this. Oh my god, it's horrible. Very cartoonish. It's fine. Not happy with it yet. It's gonna make sense somehow. And sooner or later. That's my... And if it doesn't, we can always delete. Okay. The nose. Some shadow. Then let's get this. I think she has a little bit, but still doesn't really look like a she, in my opinion. I think we have to kind of get some more details in place. Doesn't feel right yet. Wow, where is this armor? What did I do? God. Sometimes I lose completely sense of what I'm doing, and I just realize there is a 2-kilometer arm somewhere in the canvas. And the guitar would be twisted, like tilted in that direction. Still not entirely sure about the pose for now. She kind of looks a little bit weird. Should be kind of a little bit bent here. And maybe she's like, yow. The guitar is, let me do new layer, Shift N, guitar, and let me catch up. Oh no, the cheerleader. And let me think, guitar could be, if I do a Stratocaster, how's the Stratocaster, I think, is not mistaken. Oops. Something like that. Then you have the... what is it? Let me do the basics first. yeah, I think it could work if we, as soon as we kind of make it fit the rest. Because for now, it's kind of weird. It looks like somebody just placed something there, and it's just tiny in general. And she looks way too stylized compared to him. And she's not a she yet. Let's make a little like tank top kind of thingy. Possibly it will kind of deliver it a little bit better. So just going for the main lines. Okay, and then maybe some also black. Wait, am I on the guitar layer? Of course I am. Why not? And Control V. Paste it here. Control D to deselect. And I want to keep the darker, like the cool. Yeah. Looks sick. It's not very clear here because it's pretty similar tonality. So I need to kind of find a way to at least the outline, detach it from that background. And with an excuse, I can also create a little bit of a light here. And kind of deliver a little bit better the volumes and darken some areas in her face because she looks like an ogre right now. She doesn't look like a zombie, to be honest. If we are completely honest. And what I could do is check. I think this would work better because I think, shouldn't have too much of an expression. This already works better without. It's a snapshot. It's your passport, the passport picture. Okay. She has some kind of a really cool but hard to handle personality. So you gotta be careful with what you say around her. Yeah. Kind of scary seeing her have an ultra detailed face and then an unshaded blob body. Yeah, some people have unshaded body. What is this? Body shading? Okay, I'm sorry about this. The body shading was a really low quality. The slim shading. Yeah, she's cool. She's cool. Totally, I would totally hang around with her. I do see something we could talk about. Look at that. Everything is just like. And maybe darkening a little bit more here because she's detailed in the face, but not that much yet. I think we need some other layer before we can call it, before I'm happy with it. So this one is too dark. And I'm still not convinced about this whole thing, but I'm gonna just keep moving. I'm not gonna worry about that. The only thing I'm gonna worry about is actually taking just a couple of minutes of a break, just to stretch my tiny little legs. If yes, seems I seem to have reached a point of semi-satisfaction. I think they look cool. Come on, the zombie couple. I was planning a whole like super creepy vibe kind of thing, and then this happens. So yes, I'm gonna take a little break, and I'm gonna probably leave maybe I could leave the 2 zombies over here. Or maybe better, you know what? I'm gonna leave you with the sword timber slides, so you have something at least interesting to look at. And I'll be right back. And thank you for the company so far, guys. This is pretty fun. Amazing to see you here, to have company during this live. And cool. I'm gonna leave it here and be right back. Just a couple of minutes. All right, and we are back. Thank you for waiting. Thank you for the patience. And we could move on to some highlights. So I want her a little bit muscular, like she used illegal drugs and she lives a hardcore life. She doesn't eat much. She spends all her money in drinks. Not judging. It's just some people live the life like that. And she's one of them for sure. Or she could be one that you think is all extreme. She does yoga. She's maybe super chill. And we're just thinking who she could be. She was not happy. I mean, she looks happy that she turned into a zombie. Maybe it was like a dream of her or something. Really, she was looking forward to it. She maybe is the only one that knew about the apocalypse coming and decided to organize the whole concert. The other guys didn't know about that. So here we have some basic storyline popping out of nowhere. And for now, I'm gonna hide the guitar just because I need her ribcage. Maybe here too, and I'm gonna do this. Keep some light over there. And this is okay. It's too much. I think we can work with some shading here and there to fix what we don't like. For instance, this arm is kind of detached. It's kind of a weird looking arm, to be honest. And as I said, I'm not the best at anatomy. Gana is just refining her nails into the mat, ready to kill Ariello Speranz. Whoa, I left in the middle of a Breaking Bad Halloween special and I came back to a Misfits concert. Exactly. Yes, the concept changed because I wasn't feeling it, the toxic kind of suits. I was like, yeah, you know, I had that in mind at the beginning, like I want to make that suit, whatever. I really wanted to, but then it just looked weird. So then this guy, yeah, there was kind of an escalation towards. First he became Johnny Bravo, I remember. Oh, I think I mismoved this here. If I cut, yes, it's on this guy. Let's call him Johnny. He's Johnny. And what's her name? You can decide that. I have no idea who. I had Rebecca in my head for some reason as a name, but no idea why. She's Johnny because of Johnny Bravo. You can decide her name, and that'd be fun. But I think so we came to the conclusion that they were trying to replicate the Beatles concert on the rooftops, and they were promoting their band but also protesting something. Wait, for now it's not very clear, so I'm gonna try to wait, not thinking clearly. The shadow should be actually over here, right? Kind of still looks super weird. I think it's just too harsh of a shadow. So let me get this low opacity and get some clicks here and sample this one. Let me get you, and then maybe you for the belly. It's a little bit better. just a little bit, not super happy yet. Using these are the bones of the hips coming in clutch, and maybe I could hint her a little bit more of the shadow over there. So we don't know her name yet. We do know that she organized the concert. That was her plan. She wanted to make it super, the band super famous. She wanted to, you know, but then they didn't know that there was an apocalypse going on, a zombie apocalypse going on at the, at the bottom. So they kept playing as if nothing was going on, sure that it would be a hit. And then they all, what was it, stage dived? Was it the word? And this happened. And we just came to the conclusion that she knew all along that there was going to be a zombie apocalypse. And that she tricked every member, because it was kind of a dream of her. Like, she really had this fantasy for a long time to become a zombie, and she finally did. And also, I'm rendering this area, guys, which doesn't make sense because she's gonna have a guitar. So let's forget about this. Let's just pretend nothing happened. Why not? I can do that. She has too much of a breast here, so I'm gonna... And... yes. I'm over there. Let me read. What sets me off about her is that she looks like has a young body but an old face. Yeah, it's true. I kind of wanted to go for the old vibe, so I'm gonna, the more I render it, the more she's gonna have like wrinkles, and like she used some really bad mix of drugs and stuff she shouldn't have. But you are right. I think I'm gonna try to make her younger. I think it's the nose's fault mostly. Because if we do something already like this, she lost a couple of years, maybe even more. And her mouth is very wide and kind of looks like an old lady's mouth. We can do some nipping around. I'm gonna use this to highlight the chin, and probably she shouldn't have too much of a shadow underneath, like between the nose and the lips, because then she gets so many years. Okay, not like that, but I see what you meant. And this is already much better, I think. Still not very easy to get to that point where I feel this is like, yes, this is not yet at that point. It's not yet a yes. Is an okay, we're going somewhere. And the neck is behind her face because she's kind of tilting back and like this, so you cannot see her neck. Maybe is this the chin? Yeah, this is already much younger zombie, I think, right? Also no neck. Oh yeah, I just or a young mad head ruined by drug abuse. Exactly, that was also my go-to. I'm gonna go still with some harsh shadows, just to give an illusion of rendering. Maybe I could do maybe something like this, and these ones would be in the back. think this could work. Now it's a little bit of a mess. That's okay. I think here, yeah, this should be the something like that, and then it folds over there. Maybe this part is a little bit in shadow, the whole part. Oh, maybe the thumb a bit thinner, but we could still kind of see a nail. So I'm gonna steal a nail from the guy. Oh, that was, of course, it's kind of a backward background nail. So I'm gonna try to find a new foreground. Wait, wrong thumb. I think this could already work as a thumb. That's too much, but the color, it's kind of there. She could have like a black paint on her nails, but not sure. Not sure. It would fit though, or maybe red. Hey, didn't say hi earlier, super busy at the moment. Hey Sneaky, so nice that you're here. So nice that you said hi. Thank you for being here. Super nice to have some good company. And then the tip of her fingers could be bare boned, says Ariello. Yes, they could. But I think since we have such a low resolution, it would kind of look weird, you know? Like it would just look like she has, even though I could render a little bit more to kind of sell the idea of different fingers, like with the, you know, junctures. Kind of a weird, like it's not really clear, I think, because of the resolution. So either I do the whole hand, but also I'm not gonna complicate the hand right now. But it could have been pretty cool to have, yeah, some. Well, we do have this. Maybe trying to balance out also how many limbs do we want to be out. So her foot or here could be somewhere around here, right? Like she's rocking. Well, it's kind of a weird pose. No likey. I'm gonna go with something like a bit more front, maybe. I feel like this leg here. Wait, let me figure out. Yeah, this looks like she's just normally hanging with the leg over here. I could get the whole thing a little bit closer, I think. Let's check it out. I think it works better if I straighten it out even more, because then it looks like she's actually leaning on this foot to raise a little bit the other. Let me check. Just making the knee longer, and then I'm gonna move it all. Okay, there is something. This looks a little bit weird, but I think it's gonna get there. I just need some patience. I think it will. And the tip of her fingers, alright, you're right, they look like candles. Yeah, that's the tricky part of this kind of resolution. Well, this is not really like a low resolution. We're talking about, what's the canvas? Well, the height of it, 480, and then 270. So it's a pretty small resolution compared to the high-res images and stuff, but compared to pixel art, this is a lot of material to work with. but that's why, yeah, I love it. Like, just a little bit more fun. But the tricky part with pixel art, which is even more extreme than this, is that you really have to choose very carefully what kind of, like, if it's not readable, it's not gonna work. Like, it has to be so perfect, like so well placed, everything. It's so fun turning on your stream while doing something else, like drawing or working. Yes. And your voice is so calming. Oh, thank you. This is very good to hear. Shaba ASMR. Yes, please use these videos to fall asleep. I couldn't be happier if people use these kind of videos to just go to sleep. Like my favorite YouTubers, I go to sleep to them very often. No, not very often. It's kind of a thing that I'm trying to avoid, to go to sleep with media going on in my ears or eyes. That's, good to detach completely from it, since I am basically all day in here. So she's cool. We could do an extra, let me see, the arm looks very weird. Not going to lie. I'm gonna be very honest. And Ober, that's what I've been saying. He should be reading bad night stories. Sorry. You make me laugh. That would be... yeah, if I don't cough, because then I'm still having some issues with my throat. I hope that's not too abrupt. Can you imagine, like, the whole thing, like, and then one day, the whole story, and then like dying on the microphone, and could be a whole new genre of ASMR. Why not? Can you imagine that's the main reason people, will decide to subscribe or or follow me, like, just for the ASMR? Just for that. Would be fine for me, honestly. I'll keep doing what I do, which makes me happy, and if people use it for whatever, I'm so glad. She is cool. I think she's cool. Maybe the eyebrows, yeah, looked a little bit too weird over there. I also really love, he kind of reminds me of Tom Waits. I don't know if you have his face in mind. That's him. Don't worry, he will read the poor story. The poetry. Even your cough is sounding like on the cough. Damn you, Ober. God. Every time you catch me off guard. If it's not with words, it's with a perfect meme. That is literally what we need. Like, you just, I don't know how you do it. You immediately come up with the perfect GIF, which makes me laugh every time. The cough of an angel. Yes, she's coming along, and he's okay. He's just enjoying the whole journey, the whole walk of shame. We could do, yeah, just a hint that she had something here before, and maybe we could lighten up a little bit the ribcage, which I honestly really like it right now. Before I wasn't sure, but when we added a little bit of shading, it all made sense suddenly. That's the weird thing, is that it always happens. Like, there's a moment where it just everything looks like a blob, or it doesn't make sense, and then suddenly everything just falls into place somehow. Alright, I think... no, that is too much. His hand looks very silly. This is his thumb. Let me get nail. Literally the thumbnail. I'm gonna use this. What do you think? If I use this as a thumbnail for the video. And just that little... I could export literally this. Just a white screen. And the curious thing, it would be the best, like it was like the ultimate thumbnail, but nobody could say anything about that. Like everybody would say like, doesn't work. It's not a good thumbnail, and you would say that's literally a thumbnail. So what else, you know? Yours is not a thumbnail. There's I see a face and a guy. I don't see many thumbnails over there. This thumbnail, proper thumbnail. Okay, I'm gonna stop going sideways. The guy, Tom Waits, Johnny, let's call him Johnny Waits. Johnny Waits. He's literally John Waits. Also the blondiness is, I have to kind of fix this because it's a little bit annoying. It's so clean, the head. And what I'm doing right now is I'm literally low opacity brush and going over, or just like this, just many clicks, and it's just some noise. Already looks so much better. God, couldn't stand that. I was looking so silly. I could ruffle a little bit his hair. Why not? Still looks Johnny Bravesque. Johnny Bravesque. That's probably a word that was never used. Or if it was, how many times was it used? And finger. I agree, 100%. Oh, about the thumbnail, right? I was like, finger, sure. The arm, I had to remove this highlights because it was looking kind of weird. I think she has a very weird arm at the moment, because it doesn't follow any rule, anatomy rule whatsoever. But we're gonna make sense out of this slowly. Because her arm, I think her arm is kind of sideways, so the muscle is kind of here, so there should be kind of a double here, like a double edge to, yeah, hint at that. And I think this shadow could be overhanging like here. I'm using terms as if, but I'm gonna just roll with it. I think this is looking already good. Keep getting a little bit of this is liposuction. Oh my god, liposuzione. I don't know the English word for it. she looks kind of complete. She could also be missing something, like we should decide how she died, because we already know how he went out. It's a kind of clear. We need to decide what kind of limb do we want to get rid of. We could just have like a little screen here. Yes, let's do that. I'm gonna do like this because she's bringing the arm up, so it's like asking for this. It's like, what happened to you? Well, they bit me right here. I'm gonna just do the bone for now and then cover it with some bloody blood, low opacity, so I can do some little dirt over here. It just looks like it's been munched all over, and it's not very nice to look at. That's the goal. And finger, knife in skull. Knife in skull. I'm gonna keep saying yes, no matter what. But I do appreciate it. Do you want me to put a knife in the skull? Oh, that's how she died, of course. Sorry, because I have a little delay with the chat. The knife in the skull. I think that's pretty epic, but that's like a normal death, right? Like, would a zombie stab someone with a knife? That's the real deep question. Would it or not? It could. Well, maybe. Well, we just found a reason to put a skull in her face, because she was already a zombie when she died, and this was it, right? It was just this limb, a little bit tore apart. We can leave some skin here for her to kind of remember, to like some memories she had with this part of the skin. And it's still intact, so she's not too angry with the zombie. But after she got bit, I don't like this one, I'm gonna go this way. Yes, after she got bit, she tried eating a chef, maybe, or something like this. So we can go, let's make a knife. I think it would maybe looks a little bit too much, like too much stuff going on for her. Oops, I thought I clicked that one. Wait, oh, sure. I'm sorry. And then a brownish kind of, maybe this. Too much. Maybe something like this. A little dot here. Wait, 1 and 2. Maybe we can use. Let me use the same kind of red that we have kind of all over the place, so it's not just looking like an isolated thing. And also, let me make this a little bit dirtier, some dots here and there. It's bloody. This could be also like this. I'm thinking I'm gonna pick the white, get a very low opacity, and get on top of the blood, so we can kind of differentiate the part where the blade is and the part where it's just completely filled with blood. And I'm thinking about this because the curve of the knife was not very readable. Now I'm going to emphasize that part until I can see it. Right now it kind of looks weird. I think the whole thing is just too little, so it should be maybe up until here, something. And also, not happy that it's so vertical, so I'm gonna swap it up with what is it, Shift H, and then maybe here. What do you think? Could be. It's not that. It's not. We could cover one eye with blood. Nah. Too much. Too much. Let's do something a little bit more like this. Control F, and let's check it out. So, knife in skull, butcher cleaver, meat cleaver in the skull. Yes. Oh, the meat cleaver. Yeah, right. Makes more sense. A zombie would die from a knife in the skull, though. All right. Oh, you're right. For the brain, should stab the brain is the only reason. However, she could have a knife in her neck or something. Someone tried to fend her at some point. Absolutely. You're right with the head. I forgot about that. Wow, like that's the only thing you need to remember about zombies. I would die so quickly. I would just like stabbing the hand of the zombie. Like, someone wanted to throw a hurrah onto the stage after one of their performances, but they didn't have flowers or anything. Rather, they threw a cleaver, just like that. Look into chat. Damn. I'm coding while I'm writing. Damn. Should stab the brain is the only way to kill them. Yes. It's amazing. Like the ambivalence. Imagine trying to kill a zombie with a machine gun. It doesn't go down no matter how much you shoot at them. That would be frustrating as hell and scary as hell. Just because you don't hit the brain. Exactly. That would be me. Meat cleaver would be so cool. I agree. Look into chat. Over here. Oh my god. Guys, don't stress out. I'm gonna make a meat cleaver. Fine. God. My god. Over here. The meat cleaver, we could do simply this, right? And it already kind of gives that idea, but we would need maybe just a tiny hole somewhere to, I think is in the top part, right? So maybe, okay, we're getting there. Cleaver is right here, the blood is not over here. The blood is on the bottom part. And the meat cleaver goes something like that, right? Maybe the handle is a little bit too long. I think we need a little bit of a easier handle. That sounds about right. And there's a part who should be missing. It's like the fake ones you put on Halloween. A meat cleaver doesn't stab though. That doesn't make sense. Yes, like that. Stabbing with a meat cleaver would be such a funny scene to do on a movie. Just a guy like trying to stab, and the zombie is just getting pushed. That would be pretty epic. And I see, man, I wish he was still alive. Peter Sellers was the best guy for the role. It's probably my favorite comedian of all time. Well, actor in general, but you know, I'm not too convinced. It's not really looking for now. Well, I should be drawing it properly, maybe. That could be an idea, maybe. but I think it's not, you know, like the cleaver, it's cool, but it would make more, like it feels more like it's a decorational thing that could be nice, but there is so much stuff going on here. I'm afraid that it's just confusing it a little bit, you know, like it, and from afar it looks kind of like a nurse hat or something, right? So I'm not really sure. Oh my god, imagine you forgot to start the stream again and we are just hallucinating. Oh yes, I think about that all the time. I was literally talking about this with a friend yesterday, 2 days ago. I was like, I have no proof that you exist. It's only my perception of it. And then, yeah, all that kind of sweet talk sometimes I get into. Wake up, Shaba. You have to start the stream. Okay, I have an idea for another way she died. A huge freaking road sign logged through her chest. Impaling. I like that. Oh, that's pretty cool. Die. Pretty cool thing. But I think I'm gonna keep the just the guitar as a prop for her, because I'm afraid it's gonna add a little bit too much, because I could go with the paling thing, but then, you know, like if I do like a stop sign somewhere here, like a broken one, I can do like two, a little bit tilted. And we get this one. Just through her head, maybe. But yeah, it would make more sense like through the chest. Could be cool, maybe. Actually, let me move this. But you know, I'm afraid that it's gonna be a little bit too much, too many details. So I'm not sure about this. You know, if I do this, then, you know, from afar it's kind of weird. Like there are so many elements, like I should bring these arm down, I think, because then there's too much over there. Cool idea though. Like, I like the image. I'm thinking her leg is weird, so let's fix some of this basic stuff that I kind of left untouched for too long. Too long. This is still pretty dark green. I want her to have like a leathery pants, so just a little highlight in the center, just squiggling a little bit, and then also kind of straight. Here I squiggled too much, but here I think it could work. There's a shadow. Then we go for an even higher value, and we do it's too much. Bloop. So we can go with the bent parts, which are more, should reflect way more light. Maybe some detailing there, and this leg should actually pop out a little bit more than the other one, so I'm gonna use a little bit more variation also for this one. So I'm gonna use an additional kind of layer of light. A layer of light. And impaling, I love it. I don't think I said yet how cool the image is. So the image is so cool. Great job. Oh, thank you. Slowly getting there. This time I'm picking a little bit more of a chill and hectic. So I'm improvising completely. And yeah, this time it went a little bit more slowly than the other ones, but I'm fine with it. I'm just really love the chilling bit, like this kind of parenthesis. And the guitar looks like a Playmobil, like it's a fake. Let me try to at least make it. That's too much. What's going? Could be okay. Could be okay. Shift and click with the eraser. Shift click so I can do straight lines. I'm thinking this guy could be thicker if the alpha was not locked. Thank you. Shorter. Shorter. And is already, I think, working. We can make something like this. Not really, no, because this is a flat surface, so that would make it look like a blob. That's not what we actually want. So I'm gonna use more of a flat color vibe. And I think I can add here, put it like here. And there are some pickups. Well, this should be a little bit closer to the end of the guitar. Maybe a couple of pickups. It should look okay-ish. Yes, maybe you can put also the picker thingy. What's that called? The part where you can scratch with the pick. I'm gonna call the picker scratcher. The picker scratcher. Hold on a sec. Alright, so I have good and bad news. Good news for me. No, also for you, come on, it's been a while. So this, what's the time? It's 9 p.m. 6, 8, 9 p.m. I did the 3-hour stream today. And I'm gonna log off because my girlfriend just came back with some hot and fresh Greek food and I am starving. And I think we did pretty awesome progress since this was like this before. So we can show everything we did today. They look super nice, like a super nice couple, these guys. I'm actually happy. I'm not too proud, but not too ashamed of it. This is coming along. There are some bits that need some tweaking, I believe, but most of it I think will just fix itself as we go. And I'm thinking tomorrow to make a new live so we can finish it. And now I have the weekends and I can do some extra maybe live sessions during the weekend. So I really hope you enjoyed so far. It's been super fun. Thank you for the company. It's really fun to be doing this with company. So thank you for the really amazing company and for sticking around. Please like the video. so it kind of pushes a little bit more towards new people that maybe don't know anything of what I'm doing, and they could enjoy it. And yeah, amazing. Thank you so much. Have a good night or good day, good morning, whatever you have in your whatever you are, and see you everyone. Thank you so much. I'm gonna leave it to the bye screen, and thank you so much again. I love you so much. Bye. Ciao ciao.